Now, we could just have one of the highlights of 2022 here in front of us, and thanks to the great prices of the FMB shop, I'm able to present you this brand new Herpa Wings model. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A321LR of the German Air Force. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of that we have the crest of the Luftwaffe or German Air Force. The backside of the box, I mean, what can I say? It's another cutout, it looks terrible, it does not protect my aircraft model, the box design is frankly awful. And here she is, the Airbus A321LR of the German Air Force. And this is, in fact, the very first Scale 500 aircraft model from Herpa Wings of an A321LR. And sure, there aren't many or any visual differences between an A320neo and an A321LR, but still it is exciting to see the very first aircraft model of an A321LR from Herpa Wings. But to see what the aircraft model actually has to offer, we have to take a tour around it, and as always we start our tour with a look at the tail section, where we, on the vertical stabilizer, find the last two numbers of the registration code, the flag of the Federal Republic of Germany, and underneath that the aircraft type specification and the Airbus production number. On the fuselage, well, we don't really have any details. On top of the fuselage, however, we find this lovely addition of a sat dome. And of course, towards the very tail of the aircraft, we do also have a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage, we then have the writing of Luftwaffe, which translates into Air Force. Underneath that, we have the aircraft's registration code, which is 15+10, into which the crest of the Air Force has been incorporated. Next to the front cabin door, we then have another logo, which is the crest of the Executive Transport Wing. Of course, we also have several static ports, which leads us to the cockpit section itself. And whether we have the window wipers, I will let you be the judge of that, but we do have the cockpit windows and the, for the Neo, so typical black mask around the cockpit windows. The engine nacelles have the same matte grey coloring as the fuselage and have the silver leading edge, as well as some safety relevant markings added to the print, which looks very nice. The physical detailing of these engines, I think, is also very lovely, especially from the front, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. Then on the fuselage, just above the wings, we have the emergency exits printed on, of which one is deactivated, just as in real life. And that leads us straight to the wings, which we should definitely also take a closer look at. Starting off with the top side, where we have the different flap slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We have the markings for the emergency exits, and we also have the crest of the Air Force. The crest we then also find again on the underside of the wing, alongside some more very nice physical detailing. This aircraft, of course, also has winglets, which I think Herpa overall has done a very nice job with, but you have to check these Neos for yourself each time, because Herpa is unfortunately extremely inconsistent with these winglets, especially how they are bending them. In this case, I think they have done a good job, but as I say, this will unfortunately be different with each individual model. Where Herpa is more consistent is, however, the landing gear, because that is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for all the Airbus A320 family aircraft models. A good thing for the main landing gear, which looks decent, not such a good thing for the front landing gear, which unfortunately is very much oversized and of course is missing some printed details. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft, and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A321LR of the German Air Force in scale 1:500 of Herpa Wings. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, I mean, I opened the video with the statement that this could be one of the highlights of 2022, and I stand by that, because I think what we have here is one of the few examples of a good A321 from Herpa Wings. The shape of the cockpit section is not perfect, but it is definitely one of the better ones we have seen for a long time. The cockpit windows have also been placed correctly, and all that combined gives us an aircraft that actually resembles that of an A321. Now, the fact that I very much like this color of the livery on the A321, that is of course not the responsibility of Herpa, but the fact that they have executed it very well, that is of course Herpa's responsibility. Yes, the aircraft model does still have a very oversized front landing gear, but the fact is that this was an aircraft model that I was very excited about when Herpa first announced it, and they haven't let me down. So with this positive but very rare feeling, I would say yes, absolutely, the aircraft model is worth having in one's collection. And with that, we have also reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.